Let's talk about West Ham United, though. They're qualifying for the knockout stages of the Europa League this evening. If results go their way, could be top of the group as well. Should they be going all out to win it under David Moyes? They've had a great start to the season. They could go for top 4, possibly in the Premier League. Cameron, what do you think? Do they throw everything at winning a great European trophy?
Yeah, why not? I think they are doing. I think obviously they're going with the intention of getting to the next phase of the knockout competition. And I think they're managing the league form as well. So they're going strong on all fronts at the minute. So for me, I think you just got to keep it as it is.
What do you think, Jordan?
I think that West Ham should go all out for it. Obviously, we'll see the teams that drop out of the Champions League into the Europa League in the latter stages, but I think they should. I think they've got a better chance in getting to the latter parts of this competition than I do think top 4. I do think with United being a bit top 4 is potentially up for grabs, but I'm not sure if West Ham are that team. I think they're better off going all in for the Europa League. But I want to ask you, Cameron, about, what does it take and what was it like getting to the latter part of this competition? How difficult was it? Did you have to kind of, deal with do we focus on league or do we focus on trying to go as far as we can in this competition?
Well, when I played in it, obviously I was at Stoke, so probably in a little bit of a different position to what West Ham are in. Obviously they're going all, guns blazing at the minute, trying to get into the top 4. They're trying to break that wall and trying to get in there. So it was a little bit different in that respect, but in the sense of obviously trying to get as far as we could in the competition, we took it so seriously.
How does it work? Because we ask these questions like, should West Ham throw everything at this competition or that competition? When you're at a club, does a manager ever say, this competition we are going to try and win?
Not in any word, but I think sometimes through selection, yeah. And I think everybody can see that with obviously team selection, what the manager's thinking. Right, he's thinking he's rested a few key players for this competition and he's saving them for the league because there's an important fixture coming up at the weekend. You can sort of sense that sometimes. But in West Ham's situation, I think it's the first time in the competition. Why not try and give it your best shot? Go as far as you can go. Play your strongest side. Probably David Moyes will look to rest a few of the players now because they're more or less through to the next round. So all credit to them for getting as far as they've got, and obviously they'll be trying to kick on in the league again. And can they try and, like you say, they're going to challenge Man United, the likes of Arsenal, maybe Tottenham if they have a little bit of resurgence under Conte. But that top 4 spot is definitely open. It's definitely anyone's for the taking.
And how does it affect your mindset if you see the manager picking a particular team and you kind of know subconsciously, all right, that's the one he's going for? Does it affect your mindset in terms of when you play, you have half an idea that this is the lesser of the competitions, and do you give subconsciously maybe a little bit less because you know that this isn't the priority?
Yeah and no. I think sometimes you can be a little bit disheartened thinking, well, I'm picked in this team and this isn't his strongest team. You know that, what's his strongest team and what he's thinking at that particular moment in time. But then again, I think you got to look at it in the sense of it's an opportunity. Every time you're on the pitch, it's an opportunity to stake a claim, to be in the strongest team, to cement your place in the lineup every game, regardless of the competition.
Do you think the Europa League, if they do go far, do you think that could disrupt even a hunt? I say the top 4, but even the hunt for the top 6. If you got to bear in mind, if they win the Europa League, they could be in the Champions League next year. If we do get to the latter stages and they are 6th or 7th in the Premier League, will the fans start saying, actually, let's put our best team out only in the Europa League? Let's maybe sacrifice.
Well, I think,
big
of
Premier
course,
League games.
Once you get to the latter stages and you can almost smell, the semi-finals, the finals, things like that, then I think, fans become excited about winning the trophy, like every football fan will, and I'm sure the players will be excited and thinking about that as well if they get to that stage of the competition. So in that sense, I think that, I think you do sort of start dreaming of winning. Can we win the trophy? Can we do it? Can we get there? But time will tell if they can. I think at the minute I like what West Ham are doing. I love what the job David Moyes is doing down there. And it's been a complete turnaround from when it first went in.
See, I'm keen to see what West Ham do in the January window, because if they're looking as good as they are now in, say, a month, 6 weeks' time, I wonder if the board might think, you know what, let's put another striker in there. Let's go and get another striker that can really pad the squad out to really deal with the two competitions. I think West Ham will get to the latter parts of the competition, and I think that will, as it stands right now, affect their chance of getting a top 6, even top 4 spot. But I'll be keen to see if they're looking good as they are now in 6 weeks' time. Do the board just think, you know what, let's go and get a £30 million striker to help and support Antonio?
I think they will. I think West Ham probably need 1 or 2 more players in the squad. I think especially in the forward positions, Antonio, as good a job as he does, I think he's quite prone to injuries over the last few seasons. So it does give him that little bit of help as well. So take a little bit of pressure off him. The manager can obviously flip and change and chop and change whichever player prefers to play that particular game, whether it's in the Premier League or whether it's in the FA Cup or whether obviously like we say it's in the Europa League.
I've got to say, getting a good striker in January is a very difficult thing, especially someone who's playing well wherever they are. I don't know if I'm not saying that they don't need one, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to say it as a negative to West Ham United if they can't get one, because they can be very pricey, and ultimately, it's going to be a good market next summer. If West Ham United are doing well, they get into Europe once again, and players are looking on at what David Moyes is doing, they'll want to go there. They will want to go there. So look, maybe the fans will be unhappy with that. I just think it's difficult.
We've seen how shrewd Moyes has been in the markets since he's been at West Ham. The acquisitions he's brought in there, his Součeks, people like that. So he's been quite shrewd in terms of the money he's actually had to spend. So, whether he can, pick up something as a loan or
something like that,
an unknown quantity from a different league where no one's really looking at them, and obviously they come to the Premier League and take it by storm.
I think it's a little bit of negligence actually to kind of go into a season with, I know they've got Ben Rama who can play through the middle, but to go into a season with only one recognised striker and Antonio, I think that's quite poor planning. And I think if they are in where they are in a month's time, I think they should push the button and try and get that striker to back up Antonio.